We're here in Nottingham at Lockxley House, which is Nottingham City Council. Go get a picture of the sign. Oh. Yeah. So that's where we're at, Lockxley House. So here they do Nottingham City Homes, Nottingham City Council and Department for Work and Pensions. Yeah, so can't use this entrance, you have to use the entrance on Trent Street, which is okay, we can do that. We've got, that's good, sign saying breastfeeding welcome here. Policy statement of intent. I'll get a shot of that. You can pause there and read. Come out here to the entrance on Trent Street. And have a little look. Oh, hopefully it's nice and warm in here. Oh, much warmer than outside. Oh, they've got free Wi-Fi, nice. Yeah, so you can log on and use the Wi-Fi here. And here they offer, yeah, so you've got the Nottingham City Council in here. Housing.
Before this even begins, here's what you need to know. A man walks into a public council building in Nottingham to film what any taxpayer can legally see. Within minutes, security demands authorization. A councillor disagrees with the court's definition of a public place, and police are called over. Photography. But then everything flips, because while staff are obsessed with stopping a camera, they've left sensitive personal data exposed in plain sight. What starts as a calm walkthrough quickly spirals into threats of trespass, breach of the peace, and a shocking statement from a police officer about human rights. Watch closely. Because this isn't just about filming. It's about power, policy, and what happens when public officials misunderstand the law.
Revenue and Benefits Limited, NRB, I've not heard of that before. And then here we've got, okay, so this actually doesn't have any personal information for track and trace purposes. They're still doing that? Are you still doing the track and trace and that here, are you? Again? You still doing like the COVID track and trace and stuff here, are you? No, it's just old, is it? Fair enough. Interesting. No, just having a look around, mate. Thank you. Interesting artwork. We've got, so these are all the different wards and the councillors of Nottingham City. And you've got the executive councillors up there. Got the waiting area and that down there. Massive building. Massive building. Huh? Why not? It's not anybody's office, is it? It's just...
It's the instruction from the building management.
Okay.
If you take pictures on here,
yeah,
It's no problem.
Right.
But nobody's allowed to take pictures inside of it.
I mean, there's no. I'll be polite. You being very polite to me. So, but there's no like signage or anything here. If you can find me
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you can find me a document that has it written down like in a policy.
I know it's no sign.
Yeah,
signs on here, but that's his instructions. The security teams have.
Okay, I understand that you've got your instructions from management.
Nothing from us.
I know it's not from you. I know you're just following instruction from management because that's your job. But if management want to print out the policy for me that's written down, and I'll have a look at it.
I will tell them. The thing is, we have cameras on here.
Yeah, of course.
If you take pictures, the call center gonna call me to ask me why you take pictures.
Yeah, you can just say I'm just having a look around and taking some pictures. It's a local council
for
building.
me, it's no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here is where this case becomes legally interesting. The building in question, Nottingham City Council, is publicly funded and openly accessible. In UK law, a public place is generally defined as somewhere the public are permitted to be, even if privately owned. Internal management instructions do not override statutory law. And notice something critical. No one is citing an actual law prohibiting photography. Instead, we hear management says. That's not legislation, that's preference. Ask yourself, if there were a lawful restriction, wouldn't it be clearly posted or referenced? The absence of statute here is louder than any security instruction.
Areas. I'm in the public area of a government building that I pay for.
No, if you want me to call one of the FM guys, before you take these pictures, I will call one of the FM guys to come downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I'll wait around here. But
it's no problem if you walk around, but...
Yeah. But then, like, I don't understand what the difference is, because if I can see it, I don't see what the difference between me looking at it and me taking a photo, personally. But anyway, if you want to call the management, I know, because it's not coming from you.
Call one of them?
Yeah, and I'll talk to them about it, alright, buddy? Because I know you're just asking, but yeah. Have you got a water cooler here, have you?
Yeah.
Just down there, yeah? Cool, I'll get some water and that, and I'll be around. Oh, get some water. It's been a long day. Put that in there. So this is a bit about the artwork there. There's Vote for Planet Earth. There you go. Yeah, so let's go have a little look. Oh yeah. How are you doing? Pardon?
Who are you? You come to do some work here?
I just look at a member of the public who's come to look at the local council building and stuff, really.
I'm a security officer in charge at the front. You are not allowed to spend today. It's not been authorised by the management. You can't take no pictures. What have you got taking pictures of? There?
Oh, everything that's fine. We've got lovely artwork up. It's a nice building. You know, it's a local building that obviously that we pay for. I just want to come and have a look what the local council building looks like.
Can we just get authorisation first? So I have to stop you right now.
I mean, I don't need authorisation in a public place, ma'am, and I don't mean to be rude or disrespectful. I'm not trying to be, but in a public place, you don't need permission.
I do.
Pardon?
I do because I lose my job.
But you follow the process you've got to follow, and that's absolutely fine.
We don't know where you are to take pictures in the building.
Councillor Mellon,
Yeah.
can I have a word, please?
But
This gentleman said that he didn't give permission to take pictures in the building.
in a public area, of course.
This exchange with the councillor is revealing. The auditor correctly references how courts define a public place, somewhere the public are allowed and expected to be. The councillor's response: I disagree. But disagreement doesn't override legal precedent. If vulnerability were the legal test for banning photography, cameras would be illegal in every hospital, police station, or government office. The key legal principle here is proportionality. You cannot suspend a general civil liberty simply because someone might feel uncomfortable. So here's the question for you. Should elected officials rely on personal opinion when discussing public law? Or should they actually know the law they're enforcing?
Nice to meet you, David. Pleasure.
Has anyone given you permission to do it in here?
As I was just explaining to this lady, is that like, obviously I'm in a public place. I'm not trying to get anywhere that's restricted. Obviously, you've got the barriers and the stuff there, so I can't get past anywhere that I shouldn't be. And in public places, you don't need permission to do photography.
I'm not sure this is a public place.
It is, of course it is. It's a public building, government building. This is a public area where public can come in to use the facilities. I can come in there and sit and get warm if I wanted to. It's a government building that I pay for in the lobby area.
But it's one that certain people come in for certain purposes. It's not a community centre. It's not a park.
No. But it's a public place would be defined as the courts would define a public place as somewhere the public have the right to be and are expected to be.
No.
Yes. So I'm sorry, but that is how the courts define a public place.
I disagree. People
You can disagree, but you can disagree with the court then.
I'm not going to go to the court.
Exactly.
I'm just saying to you that people come here who are vulnerable. They might come here because they're coming to see their social worker. They might come here because they're homeless. And it would be not right for them to have people taking photos of this area. So I disagree.
I understand where you're coming from with that, and I'm not here to take photos of those people.
But I would say you're not.
Yeah. I'll politely disagree with you, but nice to meet you, Councillor. But yeah, let's go get some more water. That was very refreshing. Oh. Yeah, like I said to the council, they got these security gates, so you can't get anywhere that you're not supposed to be.
Why are you videoing? Can you leave the premises, please?
Pardon?
Why are you videoing? Because you're videoing, and I don't want to be on it either.
Oh, don't approach me with a camera. I told you I'm making a video of the...
You're taking a movie, can you?
Yeah, so...
You need to leave the building, sir. You need to leave the building. You need to leave the building.
Oh, don't touch me.
You need to
Okay.
leave the building.
Pardon?
Can you leave the building,
We
please?
talk to you polite.
Yes, and you are. And
We talk to you polite. Council Mellon talk to you polite.
Okay, and I'm being polite back. I'm disagreeing with you, but I'm being
yeah,
polite. I'm
yeah,
not being rude or aggressive.
You talk to you.
Now pay attention, because this is where the power dynamic shifts. While staff focus on stopping photography, they've left personal data exposed on a visible sign-in sheet. Under UK GDPR, organizations have a legal duty to protect personal data from unauthorized access. Names, companies, times in and out. That's identifiable information. If a member of the public can freely see it, that's potentially a data protection failure. The irony is staggering. The very people claiming privacy concerns are the ones allegedly breaching privacy obligations. At this moment, the narrative flips. It's no longer about filming. It's about accountability.
Sorry for this. You make videos, you take pictures. I don't know why you're gonna use these pictures for
Sure.
these videos for. The only thing I have to say to you, sir, stop take pictures and make videos until we call the FM management now. Somebody gonna be downstairs to talk to you.
So the reason that I've, and I'm going to explain to you, the reason I take video while I'm taking my photos, because on here, like you can see, while it's recording, I can press the button and take photos. But I can listen to you. I listen to you. Can you listen to me?
The way you use.
No, I'm not going to talk to you if you're not going to
to
listen. That's fine. No, you're not, because every time I try to talk, you're interrupting. Okay? Right, so what I'm saying is I'm videoing, okay, while I'm taking photos. And the reason I do that is because, as you saw that lady, the way she got so close to me, I found quite aggressive.
Yeah.
I record for evidence because,
give
you know...
you space.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you. Look, I'm not saying that you're being
Can you
threatening.
record me? Stop recording.
I'm not saying that
I
you're
give
being
you
threatening.
space. The only way
The
only way I have to use, I called some of the FM manager to talk to you because Mr. Mellon told you to
That's
stop
fine.
take pictures.
But
We do the
again,
job.
when I see the written policy of it, sir, and we'll take it from there, okay. But until then there's again,
That's the good way. That's the good way,
we have
sir.
rights to
I
some.
talk to you polite. as
Yeah,
a
and I'm
friend,
being polite,
you know.
and I'm not being rude or aggressive to you, but I'm saying I'm being assertive, and there's a difference. You know, I'm not being aggressive in any way. I'm not here to be aggressive. I just want to take the photos that I came to take, and be on my way. But the more people like obstruct, because we have what we call in this country the freedom of expression, okay, which is freedom of the press, freedom of media. And we're allowed to take, in public places, we're allowed to take photos, videos, things like that, okay? And we're allowed to do that unobstructed, okay? And to interfere with me doing this is interfering with my human rights. And that's what it comes down to. It is, because you're interfering with my right to freedom of expression, sir.
The reason why my colleague came to talk to you is because we listen your the conversation between you and councilman. The councilman told you need to get permission to take pictures.
Here, we see a classic escalation tactic: breach of the peace. In UK law, this power exists to prevent imminent violence or harm, not to resolve disagreements about photography. The officer suggests that the presence of the auditor could lead to a breach because staff are distressed. But distress alone does not meet the legal threshold. There must be an imminent risk of violence. Notice how the auditor stays calm, challenges the legal basis, and keeps everything recorded. This is important because misuse of breach of the peace powers has been challenged successfully in civil courts before. The real question becomes, is this policing a threat or policing discomfort?
About to spot a serious data breach left wide open on the front desk that changes everything.
Yeah, I'm still surprised to see that they've got all this COVID stuff up. They still had the track and trace thing at the front, the paperwork, and then they've got this massive signage up. Yeah, it is a beautiful building. I do like it. Massive like palm trees and stuff up there. Well, I say massive, small palm trees up there. They've got a cafe here on site in this little waiting area. Bean culture. That's interesting. And this is the DWP site over this way. So they got a lot of leaflets here, lots of information. Interesting. So they got a jobs fair, jumpstart your career. Yes. Yeah, so if you want to come and read the local park conservation area appraisal and management plan, you can come and do that here. Yeah, cup. It's interesting. Oh dear.
This is the turning point. Your human rights don't matter now. That statement alone carries enormous legal weight. Under the Human Rights Act, 1998, public authorities, including police, must act compatibly with convention rights. Article 10 protects freedom of expression, which includes the right to receive and impart information. While rights can be restricted in certain circumstances, those restrictions must be lawful, necessary, and proportionate. Simply being unwelcome isn't enough. If human rights can be dismissed the moment someone feels uncomfortable, then they're not rights, they're privileges. And that's a dangerous precedent in any democratic society.
Recording.
What are you doing?
Recording evidence at the moment.
For what?
Because you're breaking GDPR, ma'am.
Get out of the building.
Why are you being so rude? Why are you raising your voice? I'm waiting for a manager because your colleague has called the manager to come and talk to me, so I'm waiting for them. Wow.
Can I take your name, sir?
They got, again, cleaners information on display. Not good. Pardon?
Who are you?
But like I said, I came to have a look around, and now like, obviously I've seen that you're leaving information out on display that shouldn't be.
Take pictures of people's information.
Yeah, I shouldn't be able to see it either. If I've seen it, it's already a data breach, ma'am. That's the problem. So they get caught breaking the law, and then they get angry with me because they're breaking the law. Oh, man. Absolutely crazy. That woman on the front desk is aggressive. Oh wow. So instead of calling a manager, apparently they called the police. What? I thought we were waiting for a manager. You called the police.
I'd like to leave, sir.
You called the police.
Sir, I would like to leave
Why?
because of what you've done today.
What have I done?
You've taken pictures of people's details, phone numbers. And
So you're asking me to leave because I'm taking photos? Because I'm taking photos?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you've just done is breached my human rights.
Insert after 3143. Let's break this down professionally. A member of the public entered a publicly accessible government building, filmed openly, remained calm, and requested written policy justification for restrictions. No statute prohibiting photography was presented. Police attended, cited potential breach of the peace and trespass, yet struggled to articulate an imminent threat. Meanwhile, exposed personal data potentially raised legitimate GDPR concerns. The broader implication here isn't just about one building in Nottingham. It's about the tension between internal policy and actual law. When authority figures rely on preference instead of legislation, conflict becomes inevitable.